Hello?
Yeah, hi. Is this the Ultimate United Givers of Themes podcast?
It is.
Cool.
Oh.
This is the podcast for the Ultimate United Givers of Themes, and we're also known as Tuugof. We're gonna talk about the movies that we rewrote all the themes for. We're watching some movies and complaining about things, cause we want our themes in these damn movies. But we don't think Hollywood has the damn guts to deal with how real our themes are. We don't think the themes from all these movies cut the mustard good enough, and we can do a better job. So we rewrote the themes, and now they're better themes. And now this is a podcast where you listen to us talk about our themes. Okay, here we go. Let's podcast.
Snowpiercer, the second song on EP 7, out now. You were watching Snowpiercer. Oh, you were watching Snowpiercer. You wanna get to the front of the train to take life back from the rich guys who cause you pain. They make you eat bugs, make them into goo bars. It's the shape of granola, but it ain't nuts, it's bugs. They are eating bugs and living like thugs. They are eating caviar, and that makes us mad. Snowpiercer. That used to be in the song right there.
I thought I was hearing a little reverb, I guess. I thought that was in the song.
This train's a metaphor.
Oh, man. Metaphors in music.
On the outside, what we're fighting for is really reason. What if we did in real life what they do to the rich in this flick? What if we did in real life what they do bad things to the rich in this flick? It feels pretty good to watch. Rich in this flick. We should fight it to the front of the train. Give the power to the people again. Right on, brother.
Yeah, power to the people.
With our brains and not be violent. I do say, do it with your brains, don't be violent. So don't you people get any ideas. Or do.
Oh, man, you're going to be all over the news tomorrow saying that, Tuugof said violence is cool against, I'm not going to get into revolutionary tactics. What am I, J Part 2?
Yeah, I mean, hey, that's stuff for you people to decide to do. If you want to. No big whoop.
So I'll have to, right off the bat, I wanted to watch Snowpiercer last night.
Yeah.
Just couldn't do it. And this isn't like other situations where I was like, I'm not going to watch Pumpkinhead, but like Snowpiercer, I like really want to see.
Mm-hmm.
I've liked a lot of Bong Joon-ho's. I've seen what, 3 of his movies, and they're all real good.
He's a hell of a good director.
He did Okja was pretty recent, and then there was Memories with Murder, and then of course he took home the Best Movie trophy and lots of other trophies, I think, for the one called Bugs.
Yep. Yeah, we wrote a really good theme for that.
Oh yeah.
It's real good. We'll have to play that for you folks sometimes. It'll be on one of the records, one of the EPs. I almost made EP 7 a double EP.
Oh wow,
with 8 songs, which would still technically be an EP.
Yeah, I was going to say, isn't like a double EP? Is that what makes an EP if it's under a half hour?
Under 30 minutes is an EP.
So
if
a
it's
lot
more
of
than one song, otherwise it's a single.
So a lot of my favorite albums are actually EPs.
Probably.
Plow United is an EP. That's like 21 minutes or something.
Yeah.
Sauce, I listened to the Wamblers album. I think it's got like 15 songs, but...
Is it under a half hour?
I believe so. They make very concise songs because...
oh, that's smart.
Honestly, it would be hard to listen to like a format. Like it would feel like longer.
Yeah.
Longer than 4.
It would, yeah. Can you imagine? Oh, geez. Don't even want to think about it.
Those guys are dead to me as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, I haven't heard from them in a while, which, hey, okay with me.
Yeah, people keep... there's this one guy who keeps writing to me on the internet telling me that our heads are turning into them sometimes, but I'm pretty sure that guy's a big-time dope addict.
Yeah, I mean, that just sounds like a thing that would be crazy if it happened, so that probably wouldn't happen.
That sounds like something out of, like, Lost Highway by David Lynch.
I think he goes by Dave.
Oh, yeah, Dave Lynch, yeah.
So this movie's about, the train, I'm going to guess, pierces its way through the snow, and maybe
because
the
it's
snow
snowing out, yeah.
And I watched that scene where the guy gets his arm broken off into chunks, and so the snow definitely seemed to pierce him.
Yeah, it's a metaphor. The snow represents the cold and the ice.
Okay.
And just general feelings of freezingness.
Okay.
And you could say people can be cold. So that is
that's a true metaphor. Or is that a simile?
That's just a coincidence in this case. It's just a coincidence.
So this movie's got Captain America, right?
Yeah, he plays the main Snowpiercer.
It's got social services from Moo's Rise Kingdom.
She's basically like Darth Vader.
Who else does it? Who else does it got?
It's got John Hurt.
Okay.
Who
recently passed.
Yeah.
Very recent. It's got I don't want to mess up his name, but the gentleman who's in Sympathy with Mr. Vengeance and Parasite song. I don't want to mess up his name.
Why would you wanna?
Yeah, right. Why would you want to mess up anyone's name?
Yeah, I mean, nobody's ever gonna say like, I enjoyed messing up that person's name. Yeah, actually, probably.
I mean, clearly we do that.
A lot of racists would be like, "Oh, your name's," and then just mispronounce it, and then be like, "Well, I don't get it. It's not American."
But I mean, clearly we do enjoy messing up people's names. I mean, who's the singer of Guns N' Roses?
Waxl Rose.
And who's the star of Amadeus?
Well, Tom Hulse.
Well, sure, yeah, Tom, title character.
Thom Hulse.
No, I don't think he is a Thom. I think he's just a Tom. I don't think he's got an H.
There was a way to confirm that, but there's not.
There's no way. But I mean, it's got Murray Abraham.
You know what we could do? We could find like a Circuit City or a Suncoast video or maybe a West Coast video and find a digital video disc of Amadeus.
Sure.
Go
fast forward to the credits.
Yeah, I would say scan to the credits. Yeah, probably.
Well, hold on. Like, how clear would the pause be on these? Like, is it going to have like a clear pause?
Up to 540p, like up to and including 540p's, per se. You know,
I just cracked myself up thinking of another actor I like, Samuel Jackson. You gotta pronounce that extra letter, guys. It's not there for nothing. Just ask William Macy. Oh man, now I'm just gonna keep going through them in my head.
Good.
Sweeney.
Yeah. So this is gonna be the spoiler-free gist of what Snowpiercer is. Basically, the world has become hardcore train enthusiasts. So people are like, it's best to stay inside of a train. For the best things in society, train it up.
So it's sort of like murdering the Orient Express.
Yeah, but there's not a mystery because it's explained why they're on the train. They want to be there. And
then why even have the movie?
Well, I guess it's just to explain the movie to people. That's probably why. Like, a guy writes a movie.
I want to make a movie to explain what this movie is. I mean, that is unfortunately how a lot of watch a Cameron Crowe movie if you want to see that.
All right, I'm a Hollywood CEO, and you're like a young time director with it. Like, okay, kid, you got 5 minutes. We call this like an elevator pitch. Just give me the bare essentials. Lay it out to me in the smallest terms necessary. Ha 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 ha.
Okay, so this movie is kind of a metaphor for when a guy wants to get revenge on another guy. I call it guy revenge. It's basically Payback meets Ransom with like a little bit of honeymoon in Vegas.
Uh-huh. I don't really understand. Would the movie explain better what you're saying to me right now?
Yeah, if you watch the movie, that will explain what the movie is. And also, you should know, I got Zac Efron's grandmother owes me a favor. She's going to play the train.
Oh, well, here's 2 bags full of money. You've done it again, Howard.
You can't lose the pie. The pie's your heart.
Oh,
That's
jeez.
what I think of anytime I see Ron Howard's name, which I didn't, nor was it mentioned. But I
No.
thought of it, so I saw it in my head. Case closed.
I mean, there's certain situations, like if you think of a fire, you're probably going to think of like Billy Baldwin or Alec Baldwin.
sure. Are there any?
Kurt Russell. You're going to think of Billy Baldwin or Kurt Russell. If you're thinking of a fire, if you're thinking about a Hollywood business meeting, you're going to think of Ron Howard, that guy with the hair who's his producer.
Sure. Grazer.
Or maybe Barton Fink. Like, these are things you think of. Or maybe Hail Caesar. Or
I love Hail Caesar.
Man, because they really hailed. Like, the title made sense because
They did.
They hailed,
yeah.
like, in more ways than one.
So, so Snowpiercer, it's basically, you know that part in Captain America, the First Avenger, where like Bucky gets whammed off of the train
Yep.
and Cap's really mad. I am going to assume this is that same train, and it picks up a couple years later because he has a beard and he looks like maybe he got a little dirty and didn't have a shower that day.
Yeah, it's true. While Joe Johnston, special effects wizard turned Rocketeer director, made Captain America: The First Avenger, they had a little bit of extra time the day that you're absolutely right. The
And
day
they were like,
were-
you know what?
the
Let's
day they were
shoot
shooting-
another
they're just
movie.
Like, let's just and then
Tilda's here.
Bong happened to be there, and he was like, you know what? Why don't you take a rest, Joe Johnston? Because you invented Boba Fett. He did. Joe Johnston invented Boba
Oh, I
Fett.
didn't
Yeah.
realize
He drew-
that.
I mean, well, I guess George Lucas invented him, but he
But he
drew the
so
outfit.
with Joe Johnston, what I picture all the time, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I picture like the Imperial Guard, like in the red, like the Emperor's guards.
He drew them.
Like I had thought I thought he was responsible for that design.
He might have, but that also might have been this guy Nilo. There's this guy
okay.
Nilo
Nilo Ren.
Nilo Ren, yeah. But yeah, you very well might be right. And
Yep.
this is okay. This is a spoiler
Lay it
alert.
down.
This is a
Lay it
spoiler
down.
alert. But what you just said has been actually what I just said, and then what you said has been combined into a thing. There was if Mandalorian season 3 light spoiler.
Oh.
Somebody took a picture on the set of some bright red, like kind of Mandalorian / Imperial Guard mask. So that's like, what's going on?
Well, hold on. Let me think though. When Mando takes place, could we be seeing like the beginnings of the First Order?
And maybe some Praetorian guards, as the red guys were called in The Last Jedi.
man, if what's
otherwise
his
known
name?
as Star Wars Goes to the Casino.
Oh, you know who I would really love to see? Somebody who didn't get enough adventures in this universe. I'd like to see Gollum come back and play Smoke more.
Yeah, because Smoke got cut in half. Well, I mean,
Spoiler, he got totally aced in half.
Well,
many years ago, like 6 years ago.
But like feast on this. I know it's been a while, but why do you think the remnants of the Empire want Grogu's blood so bad? Huh?
Hey, yeah, good point. I mean, I just kind of figure, why wouldn't you want it?
Yeah, but but you know they've been trying to clone. They're trying. I think they're trying to like the Emperor. We already know from Rise of Skywalker that Palpatine. He be cloning.
Sure,
big time. But like, I think imagine how hard it would be to have his clone have the same force power. He needs somebody with a very high midichlorian
really high.
count.
Yeah.
So all signs point to Smoke is coming soon.
There was a real good cloning story that probably isn't canon anymore because it was one of those Dark Horse comics.
Oh, Dark Empire?
That
Yeah.
involved a lot of Emperor
Well,
cloning.
yeah, I mean, that was actually...
That was a good
When I
one.
saw Rise of Skywalker, I was like, hey, this is pretty cool, but like... ain't I seen this already in Dark Empire?
Yeah, and a lot of Rise of Skywalker just sort of seemed like, oh, okay, it's about this now. You know,
Yeah,
like.
I mean, they did, in their defense, that was supposed to be Leia's movie.
Oh, I know.
And
they
then,
had to do a stitch job, as they call it.
Yeah.
You know, like which
They-
it's rough.
And stitches get snitches.
That's
so,
true.
You
So
don't want to
you
mess
don't-
with that.
I'm sure they're because it's a movie studio. I'm sure there's lots of.
It's getting It's getting shaky.
I really don't like this. Get in the car and drive down to have some rock and roll. Get in your own car.
Hey, JF, how are you today?
Well, you know, I'm pretty goofy, I guess.
You ever wonder how rock and roll works? Because I know.
I do know how rock and roll works. I guess maybe you just figured it out.
Yeah, okay.
But,
it's really easy. I'm sorry. Did I interrupt you?
Did I interrupt you?
Hey, Jeff, do you know how rock and roll works?
How does rock and roll work, Wally?
so
Lambler?
First, you get some drums.
Boing.
And then, look how easy that was. You got drums. And then you get some guitar. And then you get some.
Boing.
And then all you need is bass from there. And that is how you rock and roll. Lep Zeppelin.
There's this guy who rock and rolls on the bass, and his name's Wotan, and he goes like. It's
There's
pretty.
this guy, Jacko.
Hey, Jacko.
You know those guitars that are like double guitars? Oh, man. So, okay, we watched this movie called Snow People. I gotta tell you, it did not make a whole lot of sense.
I'm like, okay, so like. You're all like in this like car, and I'm supposed to believe that there's this car that's this long and it only drives on this one road,
And it's like a
I'm supposed to
house?
believe that.
And your car is like your house? How lucky are you? And you complain.
I like that there's this part. This lady's like, hey everybody, listen up. This is a shoe, okay? Now let me make sure you understand.
Yeah.
Let me understand that you understand that this is a shoe. Okay.
It is.
You
'Cause
put
she
your arm
shows it.
outside, and then he does.
You
and when
forgot something. She shows them the shoe.
Wow, I didn't.
Sorry, go
She
ahead.
does show him the shoe. Okay, so then they tell this guy, they're like, so this, you don't believe the hype, I guess.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
a lot of hype. Since you don't believe the hype, we're going to put this clock on you, but now you got to stick your arm outside, and I'm going to tell you, listen, I'm going to tell you.
Yeah.
Once you put your arm outside, it's going to maybe get we're going to turn it into chunks is what I'm saying.
It gets chunked.
And personally, I like chunks.
Yeah.
I'll say that. I like chunks. So, fine.
Yeah.
Works for me.
Yeah.
I don't know why you had to make a whole movie about a thing that already works for me.
Yeah. Hey, Wiggum, you forgot one thing.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, I filled the balls with a tunnel. But in Snow People, it's a movie in the back of the car. There's dirty people, and they want to get out, but they don't.
Well, maybe they don't know how a car works. The front is when you drive a car. Okay, now this is real science.
Yeah.
When you drive a car, more air goes onto the car, and what that does is it takes all the dirt that would have been on the guy who's in the front driving it, and it pushes that dirt onto the back. That's how a car is science. So sorry that you didn't know. Don't worry about it. I guess it's cool.
Oh, okay. So the movie is about these dirty people wanting to get in front of the car, and now I know what the movie's about. It's because dirt goes backwards.
Right.
So they just need to get to the front and they'll get cleaned up.
Just get some sauce while you're at it, I guess. I mean, we've already got chunks from that guy who likes the clock.
Yeah, but then like a lot of people hit a lot of people and they smash them and stuff, and I guess they just don't like each other.
Well, have you ever been on a train? A train's like, it's like this card that's like really long.
Yeah.
If you ever go on a train, once you get on the train, like, you gotta hit some people. Like that's how you let them know that, like, listen, you might not know this, but I'm on this train, so I'm gonna have to hit you. That might happen, and if that happens, I don't even know what you mean. I didn't even say that. In fact, I just got on this train.
But then at the end of the movie, Captain America was like, no more scrolls. And then the movie turned into a comic book.
And they get all bendy.
Yeah. And then he was like, I'm on fire. I'm going away. I don't know
Yikes. Jeez. Wow. Wibbity bibbity. Oh, my God. Oh, man. Somebody. Look, I know I've said this before, but somebody has really got to be messing with me. You know what I mean? You know what I mean.
I do. It's weird. I forget about it, but then I'm like, oh, they're messing with us again.
Yeah, like you have got to be messing. Wait, like, I just feel. Not you have got somebody.
Yeah, but we hit the dope pretty hard, man. I mean, we are hard. I mean, I hope there's no kids listening because we're bad role models.
I
mean, maybe it's maybe I won't. I can't speak for you, but I am a full-on heinous dope fiend, and I can't live without fucking dope, man.
Yeah, I mean, I will attest to this every time I talk to Jesse. He's always just like, I'll be like, hey, how's it going, brother? What's new? And you'll be like, I can't talk. I need dope. I need a fix of dope right now.
Can I come over later, though, around 4 o'clock in the morning? Make sure you're asleep. I won't bother you. Then I'll steal all his stuff just so I can get my weed fix.
Yeah, and like take. It's like, oh man, I could get some good. I could probably get a fix of dope for this. Jean-Michel Basquiat book.
You know what I like?
Or DVD.
You know what I like about dope is that no, it's just I'm very glad that there's way less of a stigma, like a cultural stigma, because it's legal now, and I have my legal card and everything, so everything I do is fucking legal. But it's funny when you watch stuff like I have my own views on like my sobriety. Like I'm alcohol sober,
sure,
but like I still get blazed up all the time, so I'm not like a sober person.
Sure.
But then again, like as far as I'm concerned, if you're taking like a pill or something, you're also not a sober person because that's a drug that you're putting in your body. Blah 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 blah. But,
yeah, it's like that. It's like the waitress says in Fire Walks with Me.
Yeah, caffeine's a drug, nicotine's a drug.
Yeah, and she goes, who's the pencil head?
Yeah,
Pencil
those
neck.
drugs are legal.
Yeah, oh man, good scene.
Yeah,
good scene.
Are you talking about that little girl that got murdered?
Yeah.
But I was watching. I'm still, just for comfort, I'm still watching The Sopranos every day.
Yeah, hey, good show,
yeah,
really.
But Michael Imperioli's character is like in and out of recovery.
Sure.
And there's one part where he smokes weed one day, and his sponsor's like, "Hey man, that's just like the gateway." And hey, it might be for some people, but for me, man, if I didn't have my weed, I'd probably still be boozing big time. And
sure.
And for me, give me weed, man.
It's like
give me that. I'm serious. I'm fucking give it to me.
I need to.
I'm fiending, man.
It's like Max Cady says in Cape Fear, a man's got to have a vice.
Yeah.
And Max Cady is definitely somebody who you want to listen to.
And I lost my vice, or I sold it or something, and I no longer really like Vice magazine is more of like a thing you read in your 20s. So.
Yeah, and I never got into Miami Vice. There is that rough Vice scene in the movie Casino. And by vice, I don't mean law enforcement. I mean an actual vice.
Well, that's what I was talking about at first. I did used to have a vice, and I did sell it.
Oh, okay.
But I ain't never put nobody's head in it for doing gangster stuff.
Yeah, I mean, why would you? So
Yeah. They're not for heads. They're for holding stuff, like arms.
Yeah, or if you need to, like, I don't know, use a make a thing with a piece of wood, you probably use a vise for that.
Yeah.
I guess. I don't know. We'll have to ask Rob, who he's a multi-instrumentalist / singer in Tuugof, the band of Tuugof.
Yeah, man. So this movie, Snowpiercer, is about a train that drives around in the snow because it is just too cold outside. Because of gasoline and, hairspray. Well, I mean, I'm being facetious.
Wait. You're telling me that because of global warming, okay, it's too cold outside? Okay, hoax.
God damn it, you figured us out.
You figured us out.
You
fucking cuck.
Okay.
Why is it cold outside then? Why is it cold?
Because the things just are weird sometimes, and it's always been that way.
Oh, okay, so maybe we should outlaw weirdness. Actually, a lot of people would like to outlaw weirdness, I bet. But okay, anyway, I'm sorry. I was doing a bit.
Yeah, and I was onto that bit. I did notice it. Man. So what are we talking about next week? Have you ever seen Escape from New York? I feel like that's a movie you maybe haven't seen.
That is a movie I haven't seen.
Yeah.
I'll watch that.
John Carpenter.
That's Snake Plimpton, right?
Yeah.
It's related to Martha Plimpton, and I don't know if Martha and George Plimpton are related. I don't know anything
George
about
Plimpton,
them.
the guy who draws those gross drawings. That's Bill Plimpton. There's a lot of Plimptons.
Yeah, that's Bill Plimpton. George Plimpton, he's like an intellectual. I don't know what he's famous for. He's on The Simpsons.
Yeah, he's. I think he's just a guy who is famous
like
for
a satirist, perhaps.
Yeah, or like a Dr. Joyce Brothers. Like, I brought my own mic. Like one of those guys.
Yeah. He's in Good Will Hunting. Goodwill gets all homophobic on him.
Yeah.
He gets wicked homophobic.
Well, man, I mean, he doesn't like them apples, so.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, who does like? Actually, I love apples. Not Red Delicious. Those ones suck.
I like the ones that are like red, but they have like also yellow kind of.
Yeah,
in them.
you're probably talking about a Royal Gala, which is a quality apple.
Yeah,
and there's also the Honey Crisp, the Pink Lady. So many good apples. The Fuji.
I party with apples, man. And I would like a Royal Gala, please.
Oh, man.
And a Honey Crisp. And, oh, man. You know what are good? You know what's a good food? Pears.
Yeah, pears have to be just right. They have to be just before they go bad. It's just like a fucking eating a juice bomb, you know?
So here's my advice. Find a pear and eat it. If
this
you
is
can.
This is a very good Snowpiercer podcast.
Well, you haven't seen. I mean, this is such a good.
I really do want to see it.
Who the fuck are you kidding? I mean, do we? We don't really ever talk about the movies. I mean, sometimes.
Oh,
we
that's
do.
true. Yeah, sometimes. Yeah, I mean, we. I think we talked a surprisingly lot about Bull Durham last week.
Yeah, and who knows? Maybe
there's
those,
so much to say about Bull Durham. You know,
maybe those 5 minutes that we're missing in the middle of every podcast. Maybe that's us talking about the movie more.
Yeah.
That's 5
Do you ever think
minutes.
it's weird that we always just have this like hole in our memory for 5 minutes?
Well,
and we don't even go back and listen to see what happened. We just move on. You know what I mean? Like, I would think at the very least we'd like hit pause and be like, wait, what just happened? My head started shaking. Yeah, but you know what? We got to talk about pears. And we didn't finish talking about all of Star Wars yet either.
I mean, I don't mean to get too heavy, man, but like I have enough going on in my life. I'm just not gonna do that.
Yeah.
It's enough. I have enough going on. No offense. I'm not trying to. Trying to be confrontational.
The buck needs to stop somewhere.
Like,
the camel needs to break the back. Yeah.
With that, I just can't.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna either. I can't, and I'm not gonna.
So
maybe someday I will. But not now.
I wish directors would say that more. Like, hey, are we going to see a sequel to, The Untouchables? It's like, I can't, and I'm not gonna.
Yeah. I feel like that would be something that someone would say.
Yeah, I mean, there probably has been a sequel to there's probably The Untouchables too. I'm sure Elliot Ness did something else after that.
Yeah, I think it turned into a show, Boardwalk Empire.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I only ever saw part of that.
Because and there's other sequels like Full Metal Jacket is a sequel to Platoon.
Well, now
Because
Snowpiercer.
It came out after.
Snowpiercer's gone all Fargo, right? Like now Snowpiercer is like
Snowpiercer
a
is
show now.
Snowpiercer is like a sequel to Under Siege 2, Dark Territory.
Oh yeah, starring
Also Fargo.
Okay. Starring Eric Bogosian.
There was a thing that they started in the mid 2010s where they're like, what if we take two movies and make one sequel to them? So they're like, you have Under Siege 2, Dark Territory. And there wasn't much of a demand per se for another Under Siege.
Yeah, they never did Under Siege 3,
to complete
right?
the trilogy. But there had been some interest in Fargo drummed up because Fargo, I don't know if you're aware of this, because there's a TV show, Fargo.
Wait,
also.
it's a movie and a TV
It's
show?
a movie and a TV show.
I did not know.
Yeah, I did not know. I didn't know either. But then they were like, but Snowpiercer though. And that's how it happened.
Okay.
So you already had they already had the train from Under Siege 2 because they could just use that again.
Let me
and
ask-
they already had the snow from Fargo, so they could just use that again.
And they probably had some extra snow from Snowpiercer.
So how cheap this movie was is beyond comprehension.
You've done it again, Howard. So let me ask though, because I don't know. Snowpiercer, is this the only, are there other trains like this in the world, or is this just everybody that's left?
Holy shit, Snowpiercer's a TV show too.
Yeah,
It really is.
Yeah, no, that's
It
what we
is.
just didn't we just talk about that for like 5 minutes?
No, Fargo is also a TV show.
But I started it by talking about the show Snowpiercer.
I wasn't talking about that.
pretty
I was,
sure-
I
okay.
was talking about Fargo.
on different-
Oh my
we were on
God, the
different,
dope,
yeah,
dope
yeah.
has ruined our life.
Yeah,
What
there's a
would we-
show. I forget who's in it other than I know David Diggs is in
Labyrinth is in it.
it. David Bowie. Now he passed away.
Uh,
Jim Henson.
no,
he also passed away.
Career Opportunities.
Oh. Okay.
Jennifer Connelly.
career opportunities.
Yeah. They're the ones that never. How's that song go? Career opportunities. The ones that never rock.
They never knock. They never
They never
knock
knock.
because opportunity
Opportunities
knocks.
knock,
Because
yeah.
we know that from the Dana Carvey film that I won't ever watch.
Man, every time I think the Clash is one of those bands that if I don't think about them, I don't care. But when I start thinking about them, I'm like, oh, I gotta go listen to the Clash.
Yeah, I really like that that live at Shea.
Yeah.
That's a good
And
one.
the craziest thing is like they must have done that during a baseball game.
Yeah, because that's actually that's not a
'cause
concert
it's
venue.
Not.
It's a
not.
baseball diamond.
Baseball gets played there, and
That's
we
where
know
the
about baseball from Bull Durham.
That's where the '86 Mets played, and presumably every other year too.
Yeah. Were you talking about something before I interrupted you before?
Yeah.
It was when about the TV show.
Oh, just that it is a TV show.
No, but before that, you were saying something, and then I interrupted you because it was a TV show.
Maybe I was saying that it's not a TV show.
Yeah, because it's definitely not. Okay. Anyway, watch Snowpiercer, the TV show, live on TNT. Every episode is shot live in front of a trained audience. So it's a movie also, and Fargo is a movie and a TV show.
Did they do all of the special effects live?
Well, yeah. They just have to
man, that
find.
is
They just have to
impressive.
find people who already have pre-chunked arms.
So we're gonna put some fake chunks arm.
Has
and knock
anybody
'em off.
chunked their arm today in America? Go find them, pay them $80, get them over here, tell them we're gonna chunk that arm.
Yeah,
right.
they pay them scale, which means like they give you a small scale that you can use to weigh coins that you get on other
Yeah.
jobs.
And if it weighs more than what the rich people have, then your other arm gets chunked.
And then you become part of the principal cast of Snowpiercer.
Exactly.
The
Yeah.
television show,
Exactly. Yeah.
which is probably on, I don't know, I'm going to say FX probably.
Yeah. So we're in the Ultimate United Givers of Themes. We are a band and also a podcast. So we're two things too.
We're kind
So,
of
like,
raconteurs and
yeah,
provocateurs.
like, we bring the raga to the masses.
Oh,
and,
yeah, actually, could you give me some reggae?
I could. Yeah. Here we go. Yeah, so check out Tuugof.com for all your themes needs. I redesigned it recently. It has some new colors and a YouTube clip that's probably a month old, so that's pretty new for the website.
I
So
feel
you
like
should
we
go
could
check that
shorten
out.
themes needs and just say like
Needs. Yeah, go to Tuugof.com for your needs. And EP7 is now officially out everywhere, or at least it should be by this point. So you should check that out, and you should come back next week for Escape from New York. John, very interested to see how, because I love Escape from New York because it's nostalgic.
Sure.
Like, because I saw, like, it was on HBO when we were kids. You might have seen it back then.
I've seen parts.
Yeah.
See, that's the eye patch one, right?
Yeah,
And then
but
didn't,
it'd be
much
interesting
later,
to
wasn't there an Escape from La?
Yeah, which
Or maybe not much
which we'll
later,
talk
I don't
about,
know.
which a lot of people think stink, and I'm going to say you people stink.
What are they going to do next? Escape from Houston? Am I right,
I think they
folks?
are doing another one, actually, but we'll talk about that also next time. So.